I know we have consciously tried to keep politics out of it. Uh, Maybe I'll bother you one last time. How would you rate President Trump for the rest of his term in office, and what could come after Trump, and what does that mean for the U.S. economy and the markets?
Trump has made himself a central feature of the economy, so it's hard to just ignore it. Um, but, he is a limited term president. This is his last term in office. Uh, if you think about the U.S. election cycle, it's almost already started for the presidential elections, right? Because what do we talk about now in the media almost daily are who will rise as the contenders, in the Republican Party. Is it going to be J.D. Vance, who is vice president, or is it going to be Marco Rubio, his Secretary of State, that we also know has presidential ambitions? I won't tell you who my favorite is in that race, but and then on the other side, on the Democratic side, Gavin Newsom, who's the retiring governor of California. He's a very bright, rising figure in the Democratic Party. The energy around that will begin to rise significantly over the coming months. So really, Trump, with presidential elections in November of 2028, his lame duckness will become more apparent. And you're starting to see that you're hearing more and more of his Republican colleagues pushing back on him, and pushing back vocally and publicly, not just privately. The private criticisms have been there since the beginning of his term. But as elections start to weigh heavily, both the midterms as well as presidential elections in a little over 2 years' time. So I think the impact of Trump in terms of legislation that he can impact on the markets and the economy will begin to wane. And what you'll probably see, I hate to put it this way, and I hope I'm wrong, but Trump using his remaining time in office to lash out at his critics, settle scores, as opposed to have the kind of impact that we saw earlier in his term, like the Big Beautiful Bill, which had real positive impact on business. So I think he will become less and less relevant given the nature of what he decides to do with his remaining time in office. And I think politics will begin to point more in the direction of what a post-Trump presidency looks like. And I think that given the likely players to emerge, whether it's Republican or Democrat, smart people, rational people, people that will work hard to restore our international relations and international confidence in the U.S., less prone to conflict, which is a surprise that came out of the Trump administration, is propensity to throw around U.S. military influence. I think we'll see less of that. More focus on housekeeping of U.S. international relations and the U.S. economy. So I think his influence will wane, and I think the markets will appreciate that as well. So maybe more calm in terms of impacts of potential market volatility with his remaining time in office, as there is a greater focus on the political future of the country.